In 1999, while most of the world was bracing for Y2K doom and still dancing in parachute pants, Stuart Price, masquerading under the French sounding synonym Le Rhythm Digital, dropped Darkdancer, an album that was both a time machine and a prophecy, equal parts homage to the funked out synth grooves of the 1980s and the blueprints for electropop revival of the 2000s. Darkdancer feels like it's winking at you from the disco ball while plotting to take over the future. What makes Darkdancer remarkable is its uncanny balance of prestige and reinvention. On the surface, it's dripping with neon nostalgia, rubbery bass lines, Lindrum snaps, vocals that sound like robots on roller skates, but beneath the shiny surface is Stuart Price's meticulous production brain. This is not a retro act content to mimic. It's forward-thinking album that actually helped shape the sound of artists like Madonna, The Killers, and the entire electroclash movement, with tracks like Jocks Your Body, Make Me Sweat, and sometimes nail the sweet spot between funk and futurism, the kind of songs that could soundtrack both a late-night warehouse rave in 1999 and the cool kid TikTok fashion edit in 2025. Then there's Hey You, What's That Sound, which throws a cheeky wink towards Talking Heads and Tom Tom Club while still making you want to strut like you own the sidewalk. And in inclusion of Nick Curacao on Sometimes is the perfect coup, bringing in the actual 80s pop star to solidify that Price wasn't just playing dress up, he was building bridges between eras. Now, the genius of Darkdancer lies in how it anticipated the collision of pop and electronic music that would dominate the next decade. Stuart Price would later become the behind-the-scenes wizard of Madonna's Confession on the Dance Floor, Kylie Minogue, and The Killers, and you can hear all the seeds germinating right there. The glossy hooks, the elastic grooves, the subtle melancholy tucked in the synths. It's the DNA of modern pop nightlife. And listening today, Darkdancer feels oddly timeless. It's retro without being dusty, futuristic without being cold. It's the sound of the late 90s looking backward and forward at the same time. An album that manages to be playful, stylish, and slyly influential all at once. Like if Daft Punk were the future robots who made house music chic, Stuart Price was the English trickster who made it glamour. So Darkdancer is not just a nostalgia trip, it's a sly, groovy, visionary record that helped define where pop and electronic music were headed. You could put it on and suddenly you're in this sort of fluorescent lit roller rink that somehow also feels like the coolest nightclub in the world. So if you haven't listened to this album, do check it out. Let me know what you think.